I'm Andrea, and this is Sai. Come along with us on an epic 7-day rafting trip down the Middle Fork of the Salmon River. We braved the whitewater, viewed ancient artifacts, and delighted in the magical gifts of nature. Subscribe to our channel and come along for the ride. Hi friends, Sai and I are here down at Boundary Creek, floating in the eddy. We're on the Middle Fork of the Salmon River. We have a 104-mile stretch ahead of us for the next 7 days. And where the water level's at 3.5 feet, it's gonna be a perfect run.
We had a nice drive out. We had one night on the road and stayed at milepost 79 again. We went to the hot springs early in the morning and soaked. It was just lovely, hot water and cold dunks in the Payette. Drove up into the Sawtooths and got gorgeous views of the Sawtooths.
Beautiful drive.
And then landed here at Boundary Creek and kind of did a half rig last night. We were down early, about 8:30, and had beat the rush and had no problem getting in the water. We're gonna throw dry suits on just because there's enough white water. We don't wanna risk not being ready for a swim.
Rapids with lots of splashes. It was pretty good, and we've got a Sulfur Slide coming up next.
Did some serious rowing and we're starting to get a little hungry.
Oh, this is a great spot to pull over for lunch. There's butterflies, hot spring, lots of good food, good company. Couldn't ask for anything better.
We got about 6 miles to camp. We're heading for Sheepeater. There's hot springs there too. We're rolling into camp. Cheers! Cheers!
What's for dinner tonight?
Turkey tacos.
Oh,
Looks delicious.
it sure
And
does.
looking forward to eating it.
Oh, I'm so relaxed after that soak. And now I'm ready for bed. Good night. Looks like it's gonna be another beautiful day. 13 miles today and heading for Pungo Camp. Okay, so we all had a successful line through Pistol Creek and everybody's hungry. We're gonna take our first stop for lunch here.
I'm making a lettuce wrap, artichoke dip with sun-dried tomato, and a leaf of romaine.
Okay, everybody.
Great camp.
You got
I love it.
You got a good camp?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's gonna be a nice view.
Welcome to day 3. Really pretty stretch here below Pungo Creek. Kind of got a goal of Marble left. We're gonna hop out there and shoot some people coming through the hole at Marble. Nice little change of scenery here. This is great. We just left State Land Right where we took lunch and had a great little lunch. Spread out a couple tables and just loaded them with all kinds of good stuff. And good little break. Everyone's full. We are looking to go check out some pictographs. We're about 5 miles from there.
The Middle Fork country was home to the Tukuteka band of the Shoshone and Bannock Indian tribes. Hunting bighorn sheep was most important to their survival. They lived with their families along the river and its tributaries. They made use of the natural resources, and their culture thrived here for thousands of years. We just arrived at Pine Flats Camp. Silas is helping set up the shade for the group area. So I think it's going to be a lot of swimming so we can just all stay really cool until the sun starts to set a little bit. We just woke up here at Pine Flat, and I guess we got a leisurely morning plan, so we're not planning on packing out too early, and then ship off for another 15 miles or so down the river to our next camp.
We've got a couple cool things to do. We got let's see, Loon Creek. We're gonna go hike up and check out Loon Creek Hot Springs, which is a really favorite. People are up. Coffee's brewing.
Have a good hike ahead of us and some nice rapids today. Okay, we're just pulling up to our spot to hike up to Loon Creek Hot Springs.
You came into my life. And with that bedhead, you give me falling twice.
We just finished our soak at Loon Hot Springs, and we're just gonna go up further in the canyon and explore a little bit. It's quite incredible. All the rock formations. We have the river. I guess it's actually Loon Creek. It's just stunning.
As far as I'm going to go up here up Loon Creek, I'm going to turn around, head back for lunch. Everybody's down there already. Don't want to make them wait too long. Did you get enough to eat, sweetie?
I did. That hit the spot. Just arrived at Johnny Walker Camp. It's a great camp. I'm a huge fan. Lots of great campsites. It's beautiful. So I'll give you a little look-see around.
We're getting some thunder happening over the hill. We are all kind of wondering if we're going to see any rain. I'm hoping for a few drops, freshen everything up.
Never hate the forbidden
heading back to camp for dinner. Just had a lovely sit over on the hillside and watch the river flow and the clouds move, and we're heading that way, and we're going to cut down and walk across that plateau back for dinner.
The River of No Return Wilderness was established in 1980, and in 1984 it was renamed in honor of Senator Frank Church. It encompasses 2.3 million acres of alpine lakes, high mountain peaks, and whitewaters of 3 wild and scenic rivers. Frank Church loved the splendor and beauty of Idaho's great outdoors, and devoted his life to its preservation. Through a career that spanned 24 years in the U.S. Senate from 1956 to 1980, Frank Church helped write the major legislation of his era to protect the nation's untrampled wilderness and the majesty of its free-flowing rivers.
We're heading up to some pictographs here.
Well, the first one's up and getting the coffee water going.
Smells so good.
We just eddied out to come hike up really steep rocky terrain to this place called Vale Falls, and it's super hot. I'm gonna go try to stand under it and cool down.
So we're getting ready for an exciting day of whitewater here in the Impassable Canyon, just about to leave Parrot Placer Camp, and got my first mate here rolling up the rope.
Get ready to ship out. Last day on the river.
And it's gonna be a good one.
Make my dreams come true. Make my dreams come true, baby.
spectacular trip. It's one for the history books, huh?
It was a great trip.
Andrea's first time down. Truly a treat to have you, sweetie.
Yeah,
That was fun.
Thanks for bringing me.
It's a lot better with you here. It was great. We got 2-3 miles here on the main and be at Cache Bar for a little hustle pack whoop-de-doo and go into the next part of the journey. Woohoo! Cheers!
Catch you on the next adventure.
Cheers.